All right, everybody, live. Thank you very much for coming out to tuning into the live rents and rides. First ever feature of the Green Maverick. I've been working on this thing for over 2 years now, and I just want to say to everybody that has supported, that has been patient, that has been anticipating this car coming out, that has been wanting to check it out. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for the long understanding that you have given me to be able to finish this as far as patience is concerned and stuff, because I used to be able to crank out cars a lot faster than this. But yeah, I wanted to go over this 1977 Maverick that I found about 2 years ago over at a friend's tire shop. I went over to a used tire place, local in town in Gaithersburg, and basically, when I was over there trying to get trailer tires for my trailer to go pick up a project, I spotted this car actually off to the side of the tire shop, parked to the side, and it was, just sitting there. Didn't have a for sale sign on it or anything like that. I inquired about it inside. One of the guys said it was belonged to him. He said it was for sale. I said, awesome. Back then, it was just a roller, no motor, no transmission or anything like that, and it looked a little bit rough. So when I got a hold of this thing, didn't have a motor, didn't have a transmission or anything like that in it. Definitely didn't have good tires on it or anything. So basically, what I did was I sought out a motor and transmission, and I actually found one out of a 1977 Ford Grenada. So what I did was I went, purchased the Ford Grenada, took it back to the house. It had body damage, but the motor and transmission were still good. And so I decided to extract the small block Ford 302 with the C4 automatic transmission that's in it and do a swap. So took this car, cleaned it up a little bit, pulled the motor and transmission out of the donor car. This car was a roller, so it didn't have a motor and transmission. Originally, this car was set up for a small block Chevy 400. Somebody had modified it in a couple different areas. And so the suspension was already beefed up a little bit. That was pretty much it. Everything else is stock on there. I'm gonna actually give you guys a look on the inside of the car. As you can see, the headliner is in really good shape. The seats. This was all like this when I purchased the car. I did get the emblems down there, but I didn't get a chance to put them on the car itself. But yeah, I did take care of a little bit of rust on the car, and I was able to fab a little bit of an exhaust there, but I'm not finished with that, and it also needs to be wrapped up. Motor and transmission worked very well. The motor itself, I did have to replace the carburetor. I did get one of those cool Amazon carburetors. It was a lucky find that I found on Marketplace. And while everybody else was wanting over $100 for this thing, somebody out in Pennsylvania, a gentleman out in Pennsylvania who had a Bronco project, only wanted $50 for this thing. And he just switched over to a 4-barrel carburetor. I decided to stay with the 2-barrel carburetor because I wanted to create a kind of a little bit more of a period correct hot rod that was a little bit fuel efficient. I did add an electric fan. There is a radiator cooler in there, stuff like that. So I didn't really modify it much at all. New brake master cylinder. That was pretty much it. I installed that, and I got some decent tires for it. The wheels already came with the car, and they have center caps. Let's see. I'm going to go around here and kind of do the AMSR thing with the Maverick because people like seeing stuff like this, and I definitely want to feature this car. This car is something I've been working on for a long time, and I had other projects that I actually put before this car and was working on while I had this car and finished while I had this car, and it was just sitting, and got rid of the other projects, and I decided to start working on this thing a little bit more seriously and take that time to really get it finished as far as drivability, as far as starting it up and all that is concerned. Um, but yeah, man, it's been a little bit of a road. It did spend about 6 or 7 months outside under a tarp on a trailer, and then I did have it on ramps outside at one point, and I was kind of shooting videos intermittently doing that. But I had a lot of problems with my phone, and I really wasn't wanting to create videos at one point. So I just decided that um, I just took a little hiatus, man, and disappeared for a few years as far as making videos were concerned, releasing anything, and just decided to focus on the family and projects and just get some of this stuff done. But this has been pretty much my long-awaited, anticipated project. Before this project, I had an 86 Cutlass that I had when I purchased this project, and that was a roller as well. I built up a motor and transmission, put it in the car, and it ran well. And I'll feature a separate video about that. But for right now, this is all about the Maverick. So all you 4 guys out there, here you go. For all the Chevy guys who are hating, whatever. And for all the Chevy guys that are loving it, kudos to you as well, because I'm a Chevy and a Ford man. So wheels are wheels. But anyway, I wanted to give everybody um, a good view of this thing and good perspective of it, and just checking in with my subscribers on the channel, and let you know what I've been up to, let you know what I've been working on. This is my garage right here. This is the Wreck-It Rides garage. Wrench and Rides garage, so to speak. Sorry for the tongue slip here, but yeah, dude. Basically, I like to put motors together. That's kind of my thing. So, that's. I'm working on another motor over here, small block 302. It's the Marine 302, so I'm gonna retrofit it with a front sump oil pan and put some other goodies on there. Let's see. Yeah. But right now, this car has been the main focus of my work. When I do get a chance to get out here, I love working on this car. This car is really fun to work on. I did have some problems with the radiator. It didn't have a radiator when I first got it, so I had to find a donor car. Somebody was parting out a donor car, and so I bought this radiator from a guy up in Mount Airy who had a donor car. He also had some fenders too. I picked up some fenders from him as well. The exhaust, I fashioned that out of scrap exhaust. It was just cut up exhaust from another car. I believe it was from a Camaro. The fuel tank had an issue. It was leaking. Car had some issues when I first picked it up. So at one point, what I did was I ended up getting a fuel cell. So I put a fuel cell in there. It's nothing fancy. Doesn't look really good back there as far as the trunk pan is concerned. Definitely needs a little bit of work. But at one point, I was like, dude, you know what? I'm just gonna drill in some sheet metal here, man, and just keep it going. So that's basically what I did. Put the fuel cell in there. It's not all that special or anything, but just, I wanted it to be able to do what it's supposed to do and not have to worry about the fuel tank. About a year ago, I actually came across someone that had a 1977 Mercury Comet. And it was a guy on Facebook. I actually became good friends with him. So he has a 77 Mercury Comet. It's jet black, inline 6, and it ran and everything. And I was like, dude, this is a pretty cool car. I want to check this car out. So I hit him up and stuff. And at the time, we were able to work something out. And I ended up picking up the car. I'm going to show you guys the car real quick too. Here, hold on. I'll show you guys the car real quick. Okay, check this out. This is the 1977 Mercury Comet. I picked this up last year and it runs really well. But I was mainly interested in it because it's a perfect donor car for the Maverick. But this car is actually in really good shape. So I'm actually going to do something with it because I got it running and driving last year. And it was a fun little side project while the Maverick was It's still getting work done to it and stuff like that. I was still doing work to the Maverick, and I was just kind of like, all right, I have to take my time. I have to be patient, and I really have to focus on, like one thing and stuff. Of course, I have ADHD, so I can't really do that. So I like working on a bunch of different things all at once, and so I picked up this car, started doing some stuff to it, and I drove my kids around in it, goofed off, just in the yard and stuff. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to doing the Maverick. So I went back and put that on the trailer, put it to the side. I was like, all right, I have to finish this car. I have to keep working on this car, because at certain points, how life can get you. You can get depressed at times. Life can really, they can serve you apples. Life can serve you apples, oranges, and all other different types of fruit. And at one point, life started serving me lemons, and at one point, I just decided to start making lemonade. So basically, I got to the point where I could start it up. And I know everybody's been wanting to hear that, man. Everybody's been waiting for that. A lot of you didn't really know that this car, I had acquired this car or anything like that. A lot of people have not seen any activity on my channel in a few years, and that's totally fine. I haven't made anything about it. I haven't told anybody about it or anything like that. But for some of my friends that did know about it, they've been anticipating it. Some of my friends that were originally interested in it, that from the very beginning, they definitely have been waiting for a video very patiently. But yeah, man, just wanted to start this up and show everybody that this is legit. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I cold started it before. It's hot. It's like 86 today. Had a problem with the radiator leaking. I put some radiator sealant in there so that way stop that leak, and it did. And I ran it, and then stopped, and I was like, you know what? I have to document this, because sometimes I don't document it. Sometimes I don't have the time or the energy to put extra effort into flipping this camera out and trying to do all that when I just want to come out here and I just want to work on this thing and not really be bothered and stuff. But today's a good day because it doesn't leak or anything like that, and I'm very happy with it. So I want to show everybody the progress. So that's what I'm going to do. So check it out. Start this guy. So I don't have to get into it. Finally, after all these years, it's been over 2 years, it's taken me so long to do this. Woo! I want to thank all the subscribers. Thank you for tuning in on the channel. I appreciate all of you. I'll definitely put out more videos of this running, driving, of course. She needs to be cleaned up a little bit. Man. Woo! Ah! Ah! Oh, I can't wait to drive it. Woo! Oh, all that interior in there. Woo! Can't wait to get in there. Yeah. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Like and subscribe. I'll check back with everybody soon. Y'all have an excellent day and stay frosty.